find it in the middle, where red and blue become purple. Keep focus on the mission and win the competition. Empathy, compassion, ambition, and passion. A little bit of everything, perfecting the balance. Success isn't sweet if you're alone in the end. Cause life is for living, and what's life without friends? Be friends. The challenge brings the change. Meet me in the V-Dome.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. I don't know what the date is. 30th August. This is the VeeFriends Daily Comic Show. I'm going to be drawing some comics here live.
If you're thinking too much, let go of the fear. If you got a friend problem, why not try being kinder? Cause complaining is easy, building bridges is hard.
Opening up a mini, doing a warm-up sketch, drawing some comics live. Say hello in the chat if you're watching in a replay. Say hello in the comment here on YouTube. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Instagram, LinkedIn, about everywhere that we could go live. I think we're live on Twitch. You know what? Let me turn the Twitch on. Working now. Twitch. Let's go live on Twitch too. Great. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Craig? What's up, Brandon? Craig, Hot Tomboy, Sarah without an H. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? Let's let's change this music up. That's our new theme song. Let's just put some regular background music on, and let's open up the first mini of the day. And I'm gonna go back to season two. Whatever mini I pull out of this will be the warm-up character for today. That's what I'm going to do. And then we'll open up some more of these live. We've got a little bit of a shirt giveaway to do today. And get into some comics. Some talking about VeeFriends, hanging out, drinking some coffee. All right, who do we got? We got Karma Kiwi. I've already done the Karma Kiwi in another warm-up, so I think I'm just gonna call an audible. Let's open up a different one. I kind of would like to draw something that I'm feeling. All right, let's open up this one. This is to see what character I'm gonna do the warm-up of. We'll just walk through the whole process. Oh my goodness, it's Flexing Fox. All right. Flexing Fox goes on the pencil this morning. He's going to be part of our warm-up. Let's do that. Throw these out. And then we'll play the game of beat the bubblegum Flexing Fox off of the pencil today. Let's get the warm-ups up. Oh, by the way, you know what? I guess I should tell you. This is the VeeFriends Daily Comic Show. I'm DJ Coffman, the cartoonist here at VeeFriends. Making the comics. VeeFriends is over 280 characters on a mission to make positivity louder, make soft skills cool like gratitude, kindness, patience, accountability. Created by Gary Vaynerchuk. You might know him as Gary V, hence the name V in VeeFriends. We've got a trading card game, VeeFriends, and these are the minis that I just opened. Shout out to the minis team for sending me that awesome machine. I am DJ Coffman on Insta if you want to follow me, X, Insta, whatever. This has been the Daily Comic stream this week. We'll talk about next week's ideas. Follow the new YouTube channel, please. We got a lot of stuff. Oh boy, we'll talk more about that. Maybe some things going on behind the scenes here at VeeFriends. All right, warm-ups up. Let's set my timers. Okay. Yesterday we did a Fearless Fairy. Today we're doing Flexing Fox. I don't even really need, but we're gonna go ahead and just I don't really need reference. I've been drawing him enough the way that I draw him in the comic, but we're going to try a different pose for our friend. What does the fox say? I don't know what you mean, Craig. Meet me in the V-Dome. It's all in my hands. We're going to put a flexing fox right over here. This is how I start every drawing. Since I kind of know he's got this bell-shaped head, I'd like to give him a pointing finger. We usually do the peace sign, or V. I know he's got this flexing fox has this head that's kind of shaped like that, right? And the ears come off. I've got him pretty much down, He's a big character in the new comic book that'll be coming out very soon. Very soon. And you'll see a lot more of our friend Flexin' Fox. And let's give him like an action pose. Good morning over on Instagram. What's going on? I'm in the warm-up stage. Yep, this is a Procreate that I'm drawing in. Thank you. Tell Gary thanks for this inspiration. I will. Hey, he listens. He listens to the stream here. Maybe he'll pop in more often. He's probably at the gym or playing basketball right now. Right? Light the match this morning. Yeah, hopefully you're having a good morning. Just want to say, I love the thoughts of if you wake up and everybody in your life is healthy, and you're going to have a good day. And you know what? If it's not, sending out the good vibes to the people going through it. We've got some members of our community going through stuff. Hang in there. Life is quite a weird journey sometimes. So I hope in the mornings, I like to do these streams in the mornings. Sets my day. That's a good little action pose. Let's do that. All right, then I blow that up. Every morning, kind of filling yourself with something good and healthy instead of bad news. Read a book, read some comics. Check out your VeeFriends. Check in on your VeeFriends. Check in on your friends, guys. You never know what people are going through out there. It's a nice little reminder for you today. Just a little vibe check. Appreciate that. Got a call from Gary yesterday randomly. Pretty much it's like the bat phone, when Gary calls you, I drop everything and answer. That's what I do. Although I wasn't doing much, I was drawing comics, so it's cool that he takes the time. He's a very busy guy, but just to call and say like, hey man, how's it going? How you feeling? Which he says he doesn't even need to really ask me. He knows, but he just wants to check in and make sure everything's good. And we talked about the future. The future is very bright. I think, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I think we're just going to take over the comic book industry. I think that's what's going to happen. It's ripe for the picking, guys. I'm just going to say it. Stay tuned for that. We're not even there. We're not even cracked in there yet. We got some things cooking. So we got some things cooking. And I love comic books. The industry's been kind of flat. I mean, nothing again. I mean, it's hard to say that in the industry without people like coming at you and going, what do you mean? But come on, it's been it's not been like how it used to be. It's kind of ripe for the picking. I told Gary he's like a new Stan Lee, but a better version of Stan Lee. take that however you will. Oh man, he's definitely the comic book industry and just life in general. You know, Stan Lee was such a boisterous guy, good energy, um, and the entertainment world in general of comic books and stuff like that is missing this like figurehead, you know, like this person that's going to come out and say help these comic book shops. Jesus, like these comic shops out there could use some help too. So, you know, and I'm like a real idealistic person. Like I'm like we can reinvigorate. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything like that, but how do we reinvigorate people, get them into comic shops, get them into reading more comics, hanging out with more collectible stuff, you know. Good morning over on TikTok, Instagram. We got TikTok 8. We got 139 people watching. This is the warm-up. I'm just doing a little sketch here of our boy Flex and Fox. That's what I did today. I opened a mini, and that was the warm-up. I ditched Karma Kiwi. I'm sorry. I already did a warm-up of Karma Kiwi. So, yeah, that's what's on my mind this morning. The comic book industry. New York is on my mind a lot too, just because it's really fascinating to me that everything used to be based in New York. You know, Marvel Comics, DC Comics. I think Marvel still has the offices there, but so much history, you know, of comics, and Marvel celebrating their like 85th birthday. I saw a little video about that this morning, and of course, August 28th was Jack Kirby's birthday. He would have been 107 years old. Jack Kirby pretty much created the Marvel Universe. You might not know that, but you might always think of Jack Kirby. I mean, Stan Lee. There's a really great story that I like to retell and tell it again and again. Was that at some point in time, Marvel Comics was going to close its doors, and they were moving the furniture out of the office. And Jack Kirby showed up and was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, like Stan Lee was crying. He was young. He was a young buck there. And he's like, that's it. Sales are down. We can't compete. Can't pay the bills. We gotta shut this down. So they're moving the furniture out. And Jack Kirby said, hold up. Guys, don't do anything rash. Let me go this weekend. He went back to Long Island. This is a true hero story here. He went back to his dungeon in Long Island, his little basement studio, and he brought them back over a weekend. In an entire weekend, he brought them back a fully penciled Fantastic Four #1 and said, this is your story. This is superheroes. And away it went. Basically, the silver age of comic books was born out of Fantastic Four #1. And of course, Stan Lee then took that pencil and put his own words over it, which was fine. And that's what's called the Marvel method. And they went away from there. They were just like, Jack, go create a bunch of stuff. And that's what he did. He went and then they had other artists go over it. You know, Jack Kirby was supposed to be the original artist on Spider-Man. And he drew, I can't show you guys their stuff in front of it. Amazing Fantasy number 15. We can take a look at that real quick. Why not? We're talking comics. Let's just look. I gotta show you. Shout out to Ann Bagg there. She won the contest yesterday, but she decided to gift we're gonna figure out how to re-gift that at New York Comic Con to a kid. The toy that she won yesterday. Is that Amazing Fantasy number 15? Fantasy 15. This cover here, first appearance of Spider-Man. The cover was drawn by none other than our guy, Jack Kirby. And they didn't end up using him on the book because he drew Spider-Man really buff. So they said, we need a wimpier, skinnier thing. And Jack was busy on a bunch of other stuff. So they got Steve Ditko. And Steve Ditko became the artist and conceptor pretty much on Spider-Man. Shout out to Steve Ditko, long gone now, but also from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. They've got a little museum up here, not too far away, about an hour away. Steve Ditko, famous in comics for being quite a recluse. Hey, what's up, D-Ruff? What's up? Have I ever been to... I don't know. I'm missing the context. What was I talking about? New York? Definitely. When did you say that? 8/13. I forget what I was saying. Looking up, glancing at the questions and stuff, at the chats. I got 3 chats open. You got Instagram. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna give that toy away to somebody at New York Comic Con for sure. A kid. Oh, Marvel Studios offices? No, I've never been to the Marvel Studios offices. I've been to the DC Comics offices. That's a whole other story. When they were in New York. Got a fun story about that. Yeah, that's happy birthday, Jack Kirby. Belated birthday to Jack Kirby. And, it definitely takes it's taken a lot of people to create that universe. But Jack was the one that said, no, don't quit. I got you. And he went to his basement in Long Island and saved maybe the comic book industry. Would have never existed had it not been for his effort to go and do that. Now, yeah, that's Jack Kirby's definitely, that's why one of my big heroes. I'm a Jack Kirby guy. But I've learned to respect Stan Lee for sure. You couldn't have done any of it without Stan Lee. There's different camps. If you didn't know, there's like Stan people and there's Jack people. Some people, and I used to be like, oh, Stan Lee's bad because he, but it's very complicated. The older you get, the more you realize business, then you realize, things going on behind the scenes, and you hear different sides of different stories, and as a comic book fan, you hear those things, but there's realities of stuff. Yeah, I got to nerd out yesterday with a guy named Adam. I know from a long time ago in comics, and we talked about the history of Image Comics, and he's like my old publisher, Scott Rosenberg from Platinum Studios, Men in Black and Cowboys and Aliens. Scott's kind of not a controversial figure, but just a good guy, and got a lot of flack. If it weren't for Scott Rosenberg, he wouldn't have Malibu Comics. Malibu Comics became the printer for Image Comics. You wouldn't have Spawn, or all the Image Comics were kind of backed by that guy. There's a lot of unknown people in the comic book world that helped. Anyways, the whole point is there's no dudes like that anymore in comic books. They're all kind of, not publicly known names. You wouldn't know. Like, I'm talking to you guys. If you don't know comic books, you wouldn't know who Brian Bendis is. You wouldn't know who Joe Quesada is. You wouldn't know these names. They're the editor in chiefs and things like that they were. Joe Quesada was the editor in chief of Marvel Comics for a while. And those were the big names in comics, but like outside of comics, everyone knew who Stan Lee was, right? Because he was good at marketing and PR and stuff like that. But we don't have anybody like that in comic books anymore. This transcending figure, and I'm like, let's make Gary, guys. Let's make Gary the new Stan Lee. Let's do it. Well, there's your Flexing Fox warm up. Let's open up some minis. I'm DJ Coffman, the cartoonist here at VeeFriends. Let's go ahead and get pink. Oh. When you hear me say nope, it's me putting the clear ones in. Let's do this real quick, and then we'll pink versus purple in the chats. Teach with your heart. This is so cool. Hey, good morning. Are you a teacher? We love teachers. Some teachers. No, we love them. We got a lot of teachers in the VeeFriends community. Got a second grade teacher I just saw that was giving away some old VeeFriends cards to their kids in the classrooms. These minis are great. These are pencil toppers. Anyways, pink versus purple in the chat. Let's go. All right, we got it. Pink, purple, purple, pink. All right. I'm waiting on some Instagram. Anyone on Instagram? No, purple, purple. Purple it is. Can't waste too much time. I got some comics to draw, guys. ASMR for you. All right, the idea is Rebecca over on LinkedIn taught for 15 years. Well, bless you. What did you teach, Rebecca? Teachers get a real bad rap, you know? There's good teachers and bad teachers. There's teachers that just phone it in. Anyways, we're trying to beat Flexing Fox off this pencil. Let's do it. We got we got a cynical cat bubble gum. These ones smell like bubble gum. Again, if you don't know what this is, that's Amazing Fantasy. That's not. VeeFriends.com is over 280 characters created to make positivity louder, make these soft skills cool. We've got the minis here. If you want to know more about these minis on the website, there's vending machines. You can also talk to Chase and kind of become a vendor or something if you want to. I would suggest that if I owned places, I would have these machines. And we're about to send a lot of more people to these machines because we got a YouTube Kids animated show coming out in September. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give you the official date, but it's coming out in September. And people are going to be like, what's VeeFriends? And they're going to come here and see these seasons. Anyways, I think Cynical Cat beats Flexing Fox. It's just, unfortunately, I like Cynical Cat. Not because he's cynical, but, you're going to go grab a machine, Rebecca? I was certified birth through 6th grade, and now I am. Okay, cool. Awesome. I have a master's in literacy and special education. Love them. I'm going to go grab one. Have a good day. Proud of you. Rebecca, thank you. Appreciate you watching over on LinkedIn. That's amazing. These are awesome. And I want to do something where we're giving these to kids. Pencil toppers and stuff like that. So I think for trick or treat, my wife had the idea of just taking the old machine down and letting kids dial them out. Of course, we'll have candy as well, but I'm not going to cheap out. I got to do the full-size candy bars too because it's like my penance for all the bad stuff I did when I was a kid on Halloween. You got to make up for it. If you were a trickster kid on Halloween, well then, your punishment as an adult is you have to give away the good candy. No cheaping out. September 23rd at 9:45 a.m. I don't know what that is. Did they announce something? Dominic? September 23rd at 9:45 a.m. Let me see that. I know a different date. Is there going to be like a special screening or something? I don't know. Did they announce something? Oh, Rebecca, that's great. You know what? If you talk to Chase over on VeeFriends.com minis, let him know that you that DJ sent you, or that you were at least here. Maybe you knew about it already. They're going to start a live show. Who's going to start a live show? Rebecca has a store called Rebecca's Place. Trying to find local and affordable things and places for kids to shop, so I'm going to do it as a home-based store. Oh, you're just playing around. Dominic's just playing around. That's about right. You're about 7 days off either direction. Let's play that game. I'm looking. I even have my calendar open up. I'm like, wait, did someone announce something? I don't know. All right, comics. Oh, you know what? Let's do the t-shirt giveaway. Yesterday, if you went to Instagram, we do these little code word things. No purchase necessary. This is just for fun. I'm gonna give away a t-shirt. New app, West Point, New York, by West Point, New York. Awesome. I'm all for. You know what? We gotta give our kids more stuff to do besides video games and stuff like that. I mean, nothing against that. I don't want to sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but yeah, people that went to Instagram yesterday and hit the word recharge in their comments for yesterday's comic, which was about vacation and how Dialed Dog went on a bunch of fun stuff, even though he missed his flight. They all got put into a list. Here, I'll show you. Put the wheel of names up. How do I hide that? So these names here are people that did the thing. They did the damn thing. They did it. I have 5 kids and they're bored. Well, man, that's a lot. 5. I had 3 little ones all at once at one point, and that was quite a madhouse in a good way. Crazy times. All right, so let's dial this in. No pun intended. Pun intended? We're going to dial this dial to see who wins a shirt today. Let's give away 2 shirts. Hey, let's do that because I didn't give away a shirt yesterday. Let's do that. This is if you paid attention to the stream yesterday. Like if you want to win things on this stream or giveaways that we're doing. B. Geronimo wins a shirt. Congratulations, BJ. B. Geronimo. Is that the Dialed Dog? Or is that the Dapper Dashhound person? Rebecca, wait. Are you in the VFam already? Yeah, they love VeeFriends and we collect as a family. Maybe I don't recognize your name if you're on the other usernames. That's why you're like, oh, you're funny. I might already know who you are. Sorry. It's hard to memorize people's usernames. Okay, let's remove him, and let's dial it again. See, like I put some people on here, like Helmet, Craig. I mean, I know their first names, and they've just kind of become part of the streams on the places that they watch. All right, let's spin it again. I want to give away 2 shirts today. B. Geronimo got 1. And who else? Taffy's Taffy's won a shirt. I'll get a hold of you on Instagram with your special codes and what that'll do for you. And watch future streams. We're not gonna do, I don't know. Let's see here. What that does for you is over on our website, we've got over 280 characters, and they're all in shirts here. Character Comfort Collection. Every single character has a shirt, and you can pick different colors as well. These, you'll see them wearing these at VCon, and you'll see Gary wearing them all the time for sure. I think that's Gary's closet right now. But over on the VeeFriends shop, we also have some sweatshirts coming up for, winter time. So represent your favorite VeeFriend and or watch the stream, and for a chance to win at least one shirt per day. I gave away 2 shirts today because I was feeling pretty good. Shout out to the commerce team for doing that. So that was that. Let me open up Instagram real quick, guys, and then I gotta get to drawing some comics while we talk about stuff. I'll look at your questions. All right, sweet. Okay, let's look at today's comic. This is a good one. I like this one. It's about getting into the zone. So we're going to talk about that for a second. So DIALED Dog, how do I get into the zone? He's like, simple. Eliminate distractions, set a timer, and focus. He's got a little timer thing in his hand. And then I actually show the timer. And this actually comes from like a lot of research from Stanford. And there's a book called Deep Work, by the way. I just want to show you. Do I have it here? Oh, shout out to Cal Newport, Deep Work. I even have my little field notes of notes that I don't even know. Let's take a look at these notes. When I read books, I often read really slowly, and time spent times intensity of focus, laws of productivity, attention residue, effects of task switching. So that's what we're talking about here in this comic. So your brain needs 25 minutes of uninterrupted time before you can gain access to the zone. You got to be aware of task switching. So in that 25 minutes, you've got about a 5-minute reset moment. So if you have back-to-back meetings, you've got residue where you're not in the meeting because you're thinking about the previous meeting. And it takes about 5 minutes to clean that out of your brain. And then within 10 more minutes of that, that's now 15 minutes, you're warming up. You're starting to cook a little bit on the idea. You're starting to focus, but you're not quite in the flow yet. And then the next 10 minutes, you start to get into the flow. You start to get into that flow of like, okay, now we're in it. If you go beyond that, then you get into the zone. And the zone is like where time and space kind of evaporate, right? So if you get interrupted, say someone dings you and you look away, you go right back to 0. And now you're resetting because notifications on your phone, or someone popped in to say hello, or, it resets the clock. This is why he says, beware of task switching. This is why he says, that's why you can work all day and feel like you've done nothing. So if you, I know this is relatable to a lot of people. I talk to people every day, and I did it for years. And I was like, why did I work all day? And I don't know what I did. And that's what's up. So if you follow that, stay dialed in for 25 minutes and actually see what's up. And if you want to read more about this whole science behind this book by Cal Newport, smart dude, is the way to just really absorb it, really read it. Even has a way of like laying out your office and your business. Like, it's interesting. But after 25 minutes, you find yourself in the zone, which it just feels kind of like time and space are running like in different, this is where the magic happens. And just don't lose track of time. It'll get away from you. And I drew a little, the clock is running away now. He might be giving the middle finger or not. You don't know because we don't know which finger is in the, but he might be like, haha. We got a volcano back there. Right. Fun to draw that one. Little golden castle. It's like the realm of imagination, the zone, or where anything's possible. Patient Panda's hanging out there in the zone. So I hope it feels good to get into the zone. I don't know if you guys have auto zones in your neck of the woods, but there's a commercial that's like, get in the zone, auto zone. So that jingle's stuck in my head every time I see the word the zone. Brandon says, man, at my job, switching tasks between administration stuff and counseling sessions. Yeah. Everybody can relate. If he has 4 fingers, which is the middle finger, that's right. You got it. You got it. Nailed it. Okay. Which one do I want to get going on here today? I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but let's get into this one. This is for a later date. Okay, I'm glad. I think Rebecca said, I think all of us New Yorkers sing that song. Get in the zone. Auto zone. Hot Tomboy says the Pomodoro technique. It's very similar. I think that's like the 20-minute timer, right? Like setting the timer and then you take a break. You get back. I think that's one thing. And then for real deep work, we do 90-minute blocks. Yeah. Hey, take it easy. Who else is live right now? The rest of the team's not live, right? Hope not. There's no other VeeFriends live right now, I don't think. Daily Dads is live, right? Maybe. "25 minutes 3 times. Yep. Let me tell you something. I failed it yesterday. But I had a lot going on yesterday. A lot of surprise things. But all good things. But every time I sat down to I was like, okay, gonna get in the zone. Something popped up. Ward Vaughn, thanks, man. Thanks for watching the art. Someone said, what am I drawing with? This is an iPad Pro. Okay. iPad Pro, I draw with the Apple Pencil. This is a cynical cat on my pencil. On these streams, I just kind of draw. I'm drawing the comic. We do the daily comic strip. We're going to be doing a lot more comic books, right? The difference between comic strips and comic books is like maybe a little more extended story, But we won't do the lettering because that's boring. We'll draw Fearless Fairy here. Giving a vibe check. I said earlier, it's always good to have a vibe check in on your friends. See how they're doing. Let them talk. Sometimes people just need to be checked in on. Let them know you care, especially while they're here. I think that's important. hear that so much after someone, like, if someone passes away, people are like, I wish I would have talked to him more, or I wish I would have checked in on things. Like, regret sucks. So make sure you try to live a life without those regrets. Do your best. But yeah, anyways, yesterday I failed at deep work because my brain was all over the place. Couldn't stay focused. I was like, one idea led to another idea to another idea, and then Gary called and we were jamming on something, and then I was like I was in it, but it was not any focused one task. I was like, all right, got to make some plans. A lot of planning and logistics. Let's say. My cat's gonna join. Duran agrees. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, kitty. All right. I'm super glad everyone else sings that song, the AutoZone song. All right, Rebecca's going live on TikTok. Hope everybody has a good Friday, good weekend. That's Labor Day weekend. The rest of the team's off for recess in the office, but someone asked me yesterday, what are you doing for your recess? And I'm like, what? It's like, I don't know. There's no recess in my calendar. I mean, nothing against any. I think that's really awesome to do, to have a break, but I'm just different. Just built a little bit different. Cartoonists are built a little bit different. Daily cartooning, you either get ahead, which I'm not ahead right now, really. We're ahead on writing, but not on the actual strips, which is fine. Nobody's really holding me to that but myself. My own ambitions, but yeah, no, I take a break whenever I need to. But for me, daily comic strips don't stop, like, or comics don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. That's just how it is when you're a cartoonist. You gotta draw or die. That sounds dark, but it's true. It's just one of those things. If I'm not drawing VeeFriends, I'd definitely be drawing something else. But right now, just really dialed in to VeeFriends. That's right. Beta Ray Bill said checking in on your friends can change their whole day. I like being able to show the comments on here. Thanks for commenting. Wherever you're commenting, over on Instagram, I can't share your comments. Sorry. But appreciate you guys over there. A lot of kids are going back to school. Oh, I never know recess days, holidays, or birthdays. I had to be reminded I turned 38 days ago. Happy birthday. 8 days ago. Happy belated birthday. Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. It's like we're very aligned with comic artists and cartoonists are very aligned with maybe musicians and entrepreneurs because, not that I'm not, okay. I was going to say not that my every waking thought is these things, but it is. I'm walking the dog and I'm thinking about this, and then I'm taking a note. And I just feel like that's a blessing because I've heard other artists kind of say one day the muse will leave. So for now, while the muse is hot, we got to collect it. Collect those ideas and get that action. Take action. And And yeah, it's okay, definitely, if you're, there's different levels of it. I'm not trying to outdo anybody by, you know, working on a day off or something like that. It's just that this isn't a really, this is not the type of job where you punch a clock, if that makes sense. This isn't a 9 to 5 job, you know? And I like it that way. That's why cartoonists kind of are the way they are. Comic artists are the way they are. Okay, let's take a little break and I'll interrupt. Let's take a little break and pull another mini out of here. Oops, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Come on. A lot of clear ones in there. Nope. Wow. Okay. There are so many of these clear ones. What I'm doing is I'm taking the, I want the blind ones. I don't want the clear one. So, okay. This is insane. All right, we got another purple. But I'm gonna go ahead and just do blue. That was a lot of work for nothing there. Blue versus pink. Do the chat. Blue versus pink. Helmet loves the sound. Let's just do it again for Helmet. Clink. Blue versus pink in the chat. I'm gonna wait just for a second. Hot Tomboy said purple. It's too late. We're doing blue versus pink. We're gonna do blue. Got a blue. Got another blue. Go zoom out a little bit because we got a little more. Blue. Pink. Pink. Uh-oh. Pink. Blue, blue, Dylan, helmet, Hot Tomboy, and Dylan put it over the top for a blue. This is a season 3 mini. Let's open this up. Dylan, haircuts tomorrow. Haircuts tomorrow, Dylan. Text you. Definitely got to get the haircuts. All right, who's in here? We've got an adaptable alien versus the cynical cat. Helmet, I'll let you decide, or I'll let the chat decide. Does the adaptable alien beat the cynical cat? You can be honest. Bubblegum, adaptable alien. I don't know if he has a nose. I didn't know that. The alien beats the cat, or that's the haircut. I'm gonna wait. Which one? Cat or alien? Cat or alien? Who wins? Cat or alien in the chat? Who's gonna take over the pencil while I finish this? First vote that I read gets it. Cat or alien? Hot Tomboy says it beats, so beats adaptability, beats cynicism. I only like the cat because, you know, just funny. Adaptable alien it is. Right on. Thank you. I'm also a cat person, but I guess I'm also an alien person because I like, one of my guilty pleasures is that alien news. You know, trying to find out what the heck. Some hand lettering here. I know I could use a font, but I like to do some hand lettering. I like to do some hand lettering. 286 watching over on all the channels, mostly on X, of course. A lot of people that watch us on X. The VeeFriends community is really built out on X because that's where Gary started and built his brands up. So that's a very strong community over there. We're, of course, trying to build up this YouTube channel, so I appreciate everyone hanging out on YouTube. It really helps. We're going to have, I keep saying we have stuff cooking, but we're going to have, I'll just tell you, we're going to have more animated comics coming out. We're going to have these things called comic dubs, which are pretty much the comics being spoken over. I'm going to shut this door. The joy of having a cat that doesn't like closed doors. Comic dubs, comic animations, and it'll start cranking out daily. You know, there will be a daily comic dub. There will be animated comics based on the comics that Pi, you know, when I talk about Pi, if you don't know what that means that the comic got over 400 likes on Instagram. I'll show you real quick what I mean. We track it. Don't want to show you too much of that. You can see we put a little pie there when the comic pies. So that means, you know, your like votes on Instagram count for, is it going to be made into a comic? This one's almost at pie. It's at pizza right now. Pizza is 80%. Right. Oh, that's one I forgot about. I wrote that one up. There's a lot of strips that don't get made. They just get like ideated, like vacation strips in progress. The Zone one we just read today. Oh, put the Doing Dog up. And then, of course, we're going to get into the rest of the... You can see that there's writing being done a couple weeks ahead on the comic, but you see here are pies. And Dialed Dog got 4 pies in a row. There's supposed to be a pie here, but 4 pies in a row last week. Those pies become what we consider, use the data to say, okay, that's resonating. Let's make it into a cartoon strip, or an animated strip. So when you hear us talking about pies casually, that's what we're talking about. It's like internal lingo, but Andy cooked that up. The Prez. I like that system. People hear it and they go, that's cool that you guys do that. I just told someone else about it yesterday. And I can almost guarantee you we're doing things that no other comic strips have done, that syndicates don't do, that publishers don't do, because it's just in the DNA of Vayner. So, you know, you got Andy there, who was the president, is the president of VeeFriends, but worked for Gary for a long time. So there's just this DNA of how to look at things and see what resonates and know what vibes, and then kind of be able to see the future a little bit. And that's, you do that through data, you know, a little bit. Not likes and, you know, not like technically surface level metrics sometimes. Sometimes it's a vibe in the comments or something like that. B1 of 1, what's up? Somebody else asked, how do I get good at hand lettering? Well, I'm not really that great at hand lettering, like the actual dialogue. I don't like doing that. I'll do stuff like this. And the way I got good at doing lettering like this was I used to do menu board signs at a coffee shop I worked at when I was 19 or 20. I used to draw, well, even before that, when I was in high school, I would draw flyers and stuff like that all by hand. You know, we didn't have computers back in my day. We didn't have computers, so we had to draw our fonts. Sometimes the characters will dance along to these beats. 309 people watching right now on a Friday morning on the East Coast. If you're on West Coast, this is around the time that people on the West Coast start joining too. Good morning, everybody. This is the VeeFriends Daily Comics stream. VeeFriends is over 280 characters designed to make positivity louder. Gratitude, kindness, patience. Remember that today. Created by Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. All out of his brain onto paper. You might know him as Gary V. That's the V in VeeFriends. We've got a trading card game. We've got these minis that we're cracking here live. This is adaptable alien bubblegum. Smells like bubblegum. Guten Tag. Is that good morning? No. Guten Tag. Guten Morgen. That's good morning. Right? No. I'm DJ Coffman, the cartoonist here at VeeFriends. Good morning to you. I hope you're having a good day. This is my job. It's a cool job. Someone said, is this your full-time job? It is. That's crazy, isn't it? I'm very fortunate to be able to do this. My tunnel vision worked out. You know, I had teachers in school that were like, he's got tunnel vision. That's all he thinks about is cartoons. He'll never make it in life. Let's just go ahead and ink these up. Got it. Fade her out a little bit. Tripped up. Who won the giveaway today? BJ Geronimo won and Taffy's Ango Moyo won. I usually do those around 8:30, about a half an hour into the stream. I try to do the giveaways. The giveaway yesterday was Ann Bag. She won one of these 6-inch figures, but she actually said, you know, because she's got all of them, she's like, can we do something special for maybe a kid that's at Comic-Con or something like that, or on one of the Fanatic streams, do a giveaway. I like the idea of giving it away to a kid at Comic-Con, so we're going to do that. She's going to be there at Comic-Con. That's the spirit of VeeFriends too. We get a lot of people that are like giving back. A lot of you are very fortunate as well. A lot of business owners in the community, always giving back. That's amazing. But also, you know, you should keep a little bit for yourself too. I hope you do. I'm sure if it was a drawing, you know. Haven't forgotten about the drawings that I owe people, you know, just for fun. I've got a little card list. I just haven't had time to get back to the card list after VCon. We got really busy. We've got some other things cooking behind the scenes. The comics have been very well received. Everybody that sees the comic book that's going to be coming out, oh, that's a really bad fairy head there. Let's give her a quick line. Nope, that didn't work either. What's going on, DJ? That's better. Everyone that's seen the comic book, and I'm excited for people to see it, read it. Everyone will be able to read it for free, just so you know. But the goats, what we call the gift goats, they will have the first issue slabbed. You know, they can sell it. You can buy it from a goat. I'm just going to be a very confident Cobra right now and say that you're going to want to try to hunt down one of those when they come out, because it'll be like a historic issue to have. But reading it, everyone will be able to read it. We want people to read the stories. But collectability wise, they're the only ones that get that for this time. And then we're going to have a lot more coming. So I've had some people that were bummed out saying, oh man, I can't afford this or the gift codes or whatever, you know. Don't worry, we got you. There's definitely some, you know, it's to build an exclusive new brand. It's taken some time, and it's going to take a little bit more time. But we're going to really start cooking here with these comics and comic stories and stuff. Shep says one of his favorite clips is when one of Aaron Rodgers' teachers told him he'd never make it in football as a football player in life, and he said, "Watch me." Yeah, there's definitely that thing that happens. John Carney, thank you, John. I've been killing it with the comics, cards, and streams. Appreciate you. Good morning. Yep. See, Anne's over on the West Coast, so we know that people start joining around this time. So we got 329 watching across all of our channels. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you watching. I don't like to draw fairies' feet hanging out of the dress. I kind of like more of like an Orco sort of vibe, if you know what I'm talking about. But explained the crown yesterday. There's some things coming up in the new animated YouTube kids show that are a little different. Not like an evolution of the character, but like she has a little crown. They showed it to us, and we were like, "That's cool. Let's go with it." That's kind of the only real thinking behind it. Like, let's try it. We're open to trying things. The producers of the show, you know, they've got a lot more. They run some of the world's biggest animations, Cocomelon and stuff like that. So they know what's up. So we just want to listen to some experts, and you know, things might look a little different in a cartoon show. And that's okay. Let's do this. Yeah, I could talk about that all day. The whole teachers telling people they can't make it. We got to make that. We got to change that. We got some. I mean, we have some really cool teachers in the community. I know that are making their classrooms sweet and encouraging the spirit behind VeeFriends. Really, the VeeFriends community, getting that more into the classroom is like. I think I never thought I'd be doing anything like that or thinking about school. I wasn't a big fan of school, you know, because I definitely was dialed in on comics all the time, all the dang time. I talk about some of my teachers here that I remember, you know, good and bad, but my math teacher, I hated math, guys. I hated it. I don't even know how I passed math. He would pass me just because he's like, all right. Mr. Nagy. Mr. Nagy. They'd call him Mr. Nagy. And people didn't like him. But I liked Mr. Nagy because I would sit in the back of the classroom with 11 by 17 Bristol board, drawing samples for comic books. Because I thought I was going to break into the comic book industry and be hot shit. A hot shit hornet in Southern California. Not the case, but you know, I was a hot shit hornet back then. And he recognized, okay, this kid's just gonna do what this kid's gonna do. So I think he passed me, you know, just because he felt like, all right, whatever. I even had the conversation. The classic conversation was like, "When am I ever going to need to use this?" And he's like, "You're right. Probably not. Not in what you're doing." But ironically, I did get pretty good at math after that. You know, I used to run P&L for a global company after being really terrible in math class. I ran P&L for North America for Spreadshop for a while. So profit and loss for those that don't know. I got to manage millions of dollars of budget, and and I sucked at math class really bad. But then I got good at measurements because I was in the printing industry for a while, and I can just do the math a little bit in my head now. So it just has to come naturally. If you're trying to force it down a kid's throat, it's not going to work. Right. It's funny how life is. Megan says, still not a math person, but I'm doing okay. I mean, yeah, when you're adult, you're gonna learn some math sooner or later, whether you like it or not. Dylan, my son, was really good at math, and I feel like that was like my retribution of like, see, I made somebody that's good at math. I was not good at math at his age. I was really good at drawing comics though, or at least pretending to be good at drawing comics when I was a teenager. Yeah. When I was a teenager in the 90s, the comic book industry was having this rebirth. So there were these guys getting right at like 18-year-old hot shots, like Joe Madureira, Joe Mad is what they call him, Madureira, I don't know how to say that. Joe Mad, Battle Chasers. Who else? J. Scott Campbell. J. Scott Campbell, who's now the cover artist of the first issue of the comic. This one here. Whoa. J. Scott Campbell. So I would get these Wizard magazines and be like, I want to do this. I'm going to be the hot shot. They can do it. I can do it too. But I wasn't good enough, honestly. I wasn't there. You got to really put the time in. It took me more time. But it was exciting to see these young guys killing it. Even Rob Liefeld I wasn't a big fan of Rob Liefeld, but he was on like a 501 button flat commercial. Spike Lee Comic Con or commercial on TV. Hey Rob, what you drawing? X-Force. I was like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. But it's just like anything, that you're not going to be a rock star. I was never really a rock star. I had my little time in the sun for a minute. I was thinking about that while I was walking the dog this morning. I was thinking, isn't that funny? Especially after talking to Gary yesterday a little bit. These are all combining into this thoughts, these stream of consciousness, word stream. And I was thinking, people were like, aren't you freaking out? Like, this is a cool, Gary told me, you must really be happy because this is what you always wanted to do, and now you're doing it again. And he's like, this is cool. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm humble about it because I kind of had this 15 minutes of fame for a minute. I won a thing called the Comic Book Challenge in 2006 with this book here. Where is it? This book here, Hero by Night. My wife got this one off eBay. It's Scott's Vault, 1,000 copies. This comes directly from Scott's collection, apparently. But see, comic book challenge winner, top cow. This was my 15 minutes of fame in the comic book industry, and really good book, really good. I thought this was going to be the thing, because you know why else? Because people told me that it was going to be you're going to be, this is amazing, you're going to be this thing. And I didn't get an ego about it, but I thought, wow, this is cool, I've made it. And then it all fell apart, and it was a very depressing time. I quit drawing comics for like 2 years almost. I just went to work. I went to work with the band The Flowbots, did a lot of merch design, did a lot of things, but felt like I had my 15 minutes and it went away. And I thought, well, it was a nice shot. And then I had people around me saying like, see, we told you it would never work. Like, I knew it would fall apart, you know. People that are supposed to be supportive of you, you're like, wow, people really didn't think that. They thought I was going to fail. And so I won't say that I'm reluctantly anything. I'm just like, things change. You know, this could all go away in a second. That's okay. But while I'm here, I'm going to try to do my best to keep it rocking and rolling. But I got a good feeling about it. I don't think time gives you a different perspective. So at the time I was very like upset that ended, but time gives you a different perspective to say like, oh, that's that, all of that needed to happen in order for me to we're jumping around here. I'm working on a lot of different comics at once, because this is what you do when you're a maniac. But yeah, we were talking about that yesterday a little bit. And I'm like, that's why those experiences made me humble, and just life in general. But I'm ready. I was always ready, staying sharp. Stay sharp. I used to get kind of frustrated when like I had a little bit of success, and then people would come out of the woodwork and say like, hey, give me advice, or give me, how do I do what you're doing right now? And I'm like, oh man, you got to go. Well, number one, you got to be really bad at math and sit in math class and not pay attention. And like, if you want to be exactly the clone of me, it's not the way, you know. But now I just tell people, get to work. That's it. Get back to it. Put the work in. You got to get, if you want to be a cartoonist, a comic book artist, you got to put, I don't think you necessarily have to put thousands of pages in, but you better start publishing right now. Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Publish. Ship it. Ship it. Do it and ship it. Publish it. Publish it online for free. Build an audience. Don't worry about the numbers. I've said this 3 times this week to people. Different artists have messaged me this week. And I'm like, I want to give them the time and respect. But I'm like, I got to just link you to these videos that I made on my YouTube channel and tell you it's the exact same thing that I still know, is start going. Don't delay. You got to put it in and get the work in to be good at it. And then you got to put more work in to be great at it, right? To be disciplined at it, to do it on the days that suck, to be able to still do it on the days that are bad. Good days and bad days, you got to show up and keep going. Most people quit. So that's the real. You could draw stick figure comics and still be great. I've seen people with different art styles. You'll see it out there. Look around at comic books. You'll be like, how the hell is this guy making money? And then they sit around and these artists complain and say like, how is this person making money? I can't believe it. I heard people crapping on our friend Eddie Gangland. It's amazing street artist. He's making his own prints and selling out, and there's greed and there's jealousy of like, I need that. It's supposed to be mine, and that's not the way. There's plenty of learnings you can do from like, wow, that's inspiring to me. Like Eddie Gangland is inspiring to me. NFT artists were also inspiring to me, even though a lot of my artist friends were like, NFTs are bad. And I was like, that's really cool that I met some of the young kids at VCon that were doing it when it was like, kind of still booming, right? It was so cool to see a 16-year-old kid that's making his NFT art. At least he got that money for a minute. I hope. I think he did. Can't remember his name, but wild hairdo, like big hair, like a helmet hair. Dylan knows what I'm talking about. I'm really rambling today. There's a lot of thoughts. What did we learn today? Gary's going to take over the comic book industry as the new Stan Lee. That's what we're going to make happen. Yep. Craig's in the Jar Die Club inspired me to get my pencils out again. Yep. Good morning, everybody. Got this wild hairdo here on this lady. Yeah. But yeah, I have heard from a lot of artists. Oddly enough, this week, it was three artists asked me pretty much the same thing. Hey, man, do you got time to look at my samples? And I'm like, I don't really. But I still did it anyways. And I'm like, hey, looks good. Looks good enough. Just go. Can I give you a job? No. Is VeeFriends going to hire you? No. But go. Publish. Go. Forget the numbers. Forget the money. Go work at McDonald's. I don't care. Work at McDonald's. Work at Walmart. That's what you do when you're an artist, like a cartoonist or whatever. You work whatever job you can get, and then you work on your art on your free time, even when you're tired. You just gotta grind it out. That's probably why for years I followed Gary. I just like that spirit of work and the not hustle culture. I don't want to say that, but it's like, that's what it takes. Art, being in comic books and being a cartoonist, it takes a lot of time sitting here. Can't be goofing off. You can't sit around and play video games all day. There's time to do that stuff, but there's time to just get to the work. Do the work. Do the freaking work. So many people want shortcuts. There's none. And the ones that take shortcuts and get tricky, or get lucky with a shortcut, it doesn't last because they don't have the ability to keep it up. Got to be disciplined and dialed in. Craig says every job has validity. That's right. There's an artist in the club. He's still around. His name was Tom, I think. What did he say? He was like, people were talking about how to make money with their art, and he's like, I don't care. I'm a janitor. I make good money. He's like a janitor at some school. I think he lives in I might be getting confused, but he's either in Canada or he's in the UK, and he's like a janitorial job. And he's like, I love my job. It's steady work. And he makes good money. And then he comes home and draws for fun. Whoa. Imagine that. Imagine doing art for fun. Lots of people in the drawing club are just using art as therapy, and it's peaceful. That's why I like it too. Is it puts you in that zone, and it feels real peaceful when you're inking or drawing. Or if I'm not here with you live, I'm in the zone, the auto zone. It's going to happen. Just wait. I understand. Can anyone give me a follow? Pet Dada 2 on TikTok. Go ahead and follow Pet Dada 2 on TikTok. Thanks for watching, Pet Dada PETDADADA 2. Get those followers. What do you do? What do you do? Let's take a look. Can I look at your account? You don't have any content except for one video of a girl with a dog. Pretty cool. No bio yet. All right, cool. You should work on that. Work on that. Pet da too. Pet da. Chasing followers, chasing your dreams. No amount of followers or money or fame will give you happiness, just so you know. Just so you know. Thanks for watching. Hey, you know what? We haven't done we've been all jamming here. Let's do how many do we open? We open 1, 2, 3. That's a clear one. They're all clear. Okay. Purple, nope. Let's go to this one. See about Gary V. All right. Let's do orange versus purple. Orange versus purple in the chat. Orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple. Get in the zone. Auto zone. We got a purple Chandler. I'm gonna wait for the other chat to catch up. It's about 10-second delay. We got an orange over on TikTok. We got a purple over on X. I'm gonna wait now for the YouTube comments. Okay, here we go. Purple. If you guys are putting emojis in, I can't see the emojis on this little weird chat. So you gotta write the words orange, orange, purple, orange. Whoa, okay. Okay. Orange. It is. We have a chance to maybe try to pull a Gary B up out of this. Up out of this one. There's a little Gary B on the season 3 mini. It's been a while. Let's do it. Rocky, orange. Elizabeth Sullivan, orange. We got orange. That's quite a delay over there on Dylan's invite the purple. Because I see Dylan's blank. And then you have to write the word. I can't see. It doesn't show me the emoji. It's weird. Oh, we've got a emerald hedgehog. It automatically beats because I like the hedgehog. And I'm just gonna go ahead and open up. It's 9:26. I'm gonna be out of here at 9:30ish. 9:30ish. We got the purple. Let's just open it up. I usually open 5 of these per day. We got 3 bubble gums, 1 emerald. We don't have any detailed today. You know, yesterday we pulled the Fearless Fairy. Detailed Fearless Fairy. That was very good. Even the wand is cool. Let's see what we got. What are these? These are the VeeFriends minis. We got a bubblegum boisterous beaver. Does not beat the emerald hedgehog. And I have one spare one sitting here. I don't know why. But I kind of do want to open up a season. An extra orange one. Trying to pull Gary B up for uh-oh. Okay. Man, okay. A little tricky sometimes. You think it beats? The beaver beats the... I don't... It just... No. I'm overriding that. The humble hedgehog energy. What do we got here? This is a Gary B. And that beats... I like the translucent wings. That beats the hedgehog. Sorry, Hedgie. There we go. Gary B wins the stream. If there's any winning or losing, everybody else goes to the losers club to learn to be better minis. These are the VeeFriends minis. Again, check out the minis on VeeFriends.com. You can become a vendor. You can find a store near you. The machines are very cool. See? Wonderful. Seasons 1 through 4 are out right now. There's 4 containers in there. So let's go. All right. What do we got doing today? What's on my agenda today? Okay, so next week, by the way, probably streams are going to be probably not happening because I'm going to be in Vid Summit out in Dallas. But I might take my stuff with me. So what I want you to do is make sure you're subscribed to the new YouTube channel, VeeFriends.com. Set your notifications to on. If I go live, it'll be either early in the morning or super late at night. Okay? I might do a live from Vid Summit. So that's how you'll know. Get in there. Get in the zone. The VeeFriends Comic Zone. And today, I'd like you to also, head on over. There's no code word of the day. Anything like that, because I'm not promising anything. But you never know. Find this comic over on Instagram. Instagram. Whoa. Come on, man. No, jeez. Instagram. Comment on Instagram. Like it, share it, use it. Use this system. Comment what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you get dialed in. Make a comment over there on Instagram. Give Instagram some love. Share the comic. Share it up. Hit that little send button. Or what does it look like? Little paper airplane. Does it look like that? Send it out to your friends. Send it to your friends. Send it to your loved one. Get in the zone. Cool. We'll see you guys later. I will have fun at the Vid Summit. Follow my socials to see some behind the scenes stuff, and we'll see you soon. Appreciate you guys watching. VeeFriends are forever.
You'll find it in the middle, where red and blue become purple. Keep focus on the mission, and win the competition. Empathy, compassion, ambition, and passion. A little bit of everything, perfecting the balance. Success isn't sweet if you're alone in the end, cause life is for living, and what's life without friends? VeeFriends, the challenge brings the change. Meet me in the V-Dome. If you're stuck in the mud, try shifting the gear. If you're thinking too much, let go of the fear. If you got a friend problem, why not try being kinder? Cause complaining is easy, building bridges is harder. I'm just being honest, nobody owes it to you. But if I can do it, you can do it too. VeeFriends, the challenge brings the change. Meet me in the V-Dome. Don't be afraid, we all make mistakes. Perfect isn't the goal, patience might be what it takes. If you're feeling unsteady, if you're feeling unsure, it's time to build up your team. Take the shot and score.